13 July, something massive happened. All right. Donald Trump was being assassinated, but fortunately, he unscathed. All right. He has some wounds, but he's fine. But the crazy part is that the psychic from UK actually predicted his assassination just a couple of days before it happened. And of course, now the hero victim who lost his life to protect his family and the suspect killer is just a mere 20-year-old boy. So with all this thing happening, let's go into details about this case. But before that, disclaimer apply as usual. Now let's watch this video. Apparently, this is from the Straits Times, all right, to give you direct source from it. And you can see what actually happened if you had missed out on this big news in the market. Okay, so that's what happened to Donald Trump. Apparently, he was assassinated and the fire shot came in. Now, one thing to note, guys, definitely the shooter was aiming at him, at his head temple, but fortunately Donald Trump saved himself by basically turning to the right side. Okay, and that's where it hits his ear. Okay, that was something that to take note. And what I want to comment is that the immediate reaction by the Secret Service was fantastic. And you look at the lady, this is the lady right here as well. She's protecting Donald Trump face on. That's incredible. And of course, you can see the Secret Service, they actually really huddle and really protects him and making sure that, their arms are protecting all his area. So this tells me that this is really incredible, the Secret Service. But one thing to note is that how they allow this to happen. Seriously, I mean, there is usually they should have covered all the air area, right? So for the suspect killer to do fire all these shots and stuff, right, doesn't really make sense. And that's something that we want to talk about later. And in fact, China is so fast with their reaction. Look at it. They're already selling the T-shirt of Donald Trump, who basically, triumphed himself from this attack. All right. So I can just tell you that this is going to help him a lot, boost him a lot of voters, okay, in my opinion. So the former fireman who actually was the hero, okay, he tried to, when the shot was fired, he's basically went over with his body to basically push his wife and two daughter to protect them from the gunshots, and he died. All right, unfortunately. And Craig Connery is the guy. He's really, really a hero to the family, and in fact, to me itself, right, he really does. And he really, being a fireman, he saved his family life. And the guy who actually suspect who killed him is this guy called Thomas Matthew. Now, this guy, he's only 20-year-old, my goodness, all right? And he's like a registered Republican, which is exactly the same with Donald Trump. So it doesn't make sense here. And in fact, he donated $15 to the Progressive Turnout Project Super PAC in January 2021. So in a way, he's like, there's actually any reason for him to go against Donald Trump. And look at his face. I just cannot help it but to cannot really believe that a guy, I was looking for someone, with a different type of physical appearance, but it seemed that this is the chap. Wow, that will help look for more details coming up. Now, the scary part of this thing is this guy, Craig Hamilton Parker. He actually 3 days before the shooting, all right, 2 days before shooting, he actually predicted that Donald Trump will be assassinated. And in fact, itself is going to be an attempt where he will be hurt but he will not have anything happen to him. Oh, this is really incredible. So I'm going to show you the video short about what he said. Hopefully you can hear it loud and clear. Let's do it.
Up what I've said already, actually. I know, interesting you said the same thing, actually, that there's going to be an assassination attempt on Trump, I think. That will fail. But he might maybe get wounded or something like that, because there was also some stuff in Nostradamus that seemed to hint at that too, if you look carefully.
Oh my goodness, this is really incredible, right? For them to predict something like this. Now, this guy actually predicted the Queen's death. All right, he gave the perfect timing. All right, he predicted a lot of stuff. He even predicted that Donald Trump will become president back in 2016. So there are some of viewership right now. In fact, then people are asking him, will Donald Trump become the president? And so I think that you can watch this video, you can go and Google at him, you can watch more. So now the thing is this: does it affect the stock market? And this is one thing that my friend asked me over the weekend. I say no. Yes, I repeat, I say no, because whenever there's such assassination, the US stock market will rise instead, because it's like a protocol to let them know that they don't want to lose it to people like this, terrorism and things like that. So of course, the stock market is kind of high at the moment. You can look at the RSI right now. The RSI now is definitely at above 70. Now, the last incident we saw the RSI hit 70, the stock market came down, right? And it happened again back in the March period, the stock market came down. But the question is this, why it's not happening? Now, I've been saying this, the stock market now is generally in a bull market, all right? It's something that we cannot deny. Although it's to me very topish at the moment, but still you can't deny the momentum at the moment. So now you look at this is the breakout point. This is where the range was. So you double that, you get this range, and that's why you can see there's a lot of support resistance around this area. Okay, you can see that. Okay, so now with the Fibonacci here, we are looking at a Dow potentially to touch 40,500 level in the near term. And then after that, maybe we may see a bit of pullback, all right? Now, one thing to note, if the pullback comes in, the Fibonacci numbers will be very good to use. And of course, the number here, which is going to tell you it's 38,838 with the, I mean that there's no new high, will be a very important number to watch, because that's a 50% retracement marker itself. And if the market fails to hold that, then there's some selling going to come in. But as long as the market stays above 39,560, all right, I believe that the Dow will continue to go higher, because it's something that you must understand. They would not allow such thing to affect the stock market. So you look at our own indicator, the TWB crazy indicator, you can see something even clearer. Is that now, let me just put the screen up, okay. All right, you can see that the boys has been buying along the last, since the mid of June, the boys have been buying. So every time any pullback is a buy on the Dow. And of course, at the same time, you can see that the KCX is also calling a momentum buy. So seriously, guys, there's no much reason to sell the Dow at the moment unless you can take a positioning trade on this. So for us, we are still watching it, and 39,389 is the MA30 level. So as long as the market stays above this, the upside is still kind of intact. Now, we do know that we did mention about the S&P, and S&P is something that is, I felt that's a little bit overbought, and that's the reason why we posted this and say that S&P is a short at 5633, and we are now back to the same level. Now, although the boys have been buying, you can see that the boys have been buying, the momentum is very bullish. But I just feel that, you know, the Dow, I mean, S&P at 5633, you can put a bit of small short position in the market, because not only S&P is that it's not linked with Dow only, it's linked with the NASDAQ. And I feel the NASDAQ is kind of a bit over the top, all right? So to me, the number to watch is 5530. This number is the short-term moving average. So as long as the market stays above 5530, the upside is still intact. And 5633 is a level that I can consider to short some. Now, of course, only when the market moves downwards below 5600, then maybe we add more short position. But if not, at the moment now, with what happened in Donald Trump case, I think that we should stop adding shorts at the moment unless we see something different. All right, so do take note. I repeat, the Donald Trump incident will not cause the stock market to crater. In fact, it might push the market higher to make sure that to basically clear off all the short sellers who have been shorting the market, because they think that Donald Trump incident will create a sell down, which I tell you, say it will not happen. All right, with that as well, thank you for this video. Share, subscribe, and let your friend know about us. This is Kel signing off. Take care. Bye-bye.